Hey, you don't see my face, do you? Because my husband has fixed me a contraption that I can put my phone on and teach. Because I did not know how I was going to do this without that. So, and, sorry, it's so hard because something just got my train of thought and it just went running. But today, you see this word we've already talked about. What is that word? Yes, you're right. It's equivalent. Now, an equivalent, what is that word we see there? What is that word we see? That's right, equal. So today we're going to look for equal fractions, okay? We're going to hit it hard today, and then we're going to start reducing fractions, getting you ready for 5th grade math. So I have a whole circle. It is one whole circle. And then I have a half circle plus a half circle. And you know, what does a half plus a half make? That's right, a whole. So these are equivalent. And I think you already know a lot that we're going to talk about today. But I wanted to review it with you before we started the other harder fraction. So right here, I am going to put my 4th circle together. Okay, and we'll make a 4th. How many 4s does it take to make a whole? That's right. It takes 4 4s to make a whole. And there I have it. I have my whole right there. And that is going to equal, of course, a whole. All right. But let's say I'm going to take this. They're not equal anymore, are they? This 4 4ths is larger than a half. And that's very easy to see. And you've got your own fraction manipulatives if you want to use those. Now, I'm going to take this away. And guess what we have now? We have equivalent fractions, right? 1/2 equals 2 4ths. Now, it doesn't matter if my 2 4ths are this way, or this way, or this way, or back to where we started. Anytime you have 2 4ths, you see that? You still have a half. They are equal. They are equivalent. And let's say we have, I'm going to take out my rectangles this time to give you a little bit of a different view of it, look of it, the way it looks. I'm going to put my 6 6 right here. Uh-oh, upside down. Okay, my 6 6. And guys, fractions are everywhere. And you will use these for the rest of your life. You see this? You see that? That's 6 6 right there. That is one whole. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And anytime we have, for example, 6 pieces, out of 6 pieces, we have one whole. Anytime you have 2 over 2, that equals one whole. 6 over 6, a million over a million. It always equals 1. Now, I'm going to put out my 1/4 on top of it. Or let's do it on the bottom of it. So I've got my 1/4, and they're color-coded to make it easy to look at. And I am meeting these together. Okay, I'm trying to anyway. They want to slide on me. Now, you're looking at this, and you know that 6 6 are larger than 4 4s, even if they're not straight, because mine are not getting straight. All right? You see that? Even if they're a little crooked. Sorry, guys. They're just sliding around. So, we've got 6 6 is larger than 1/4. Now, it's not by much, but they are larger. Now, if I take this away and this away, this is not a good example, I don't think, to show you on. So I think I'm going to scratch that because I do not want to confuse you. Why don't we do, I'm so sorry, our 4 4ths again. That would be a little bit too close right there. And then I have 8s. Now, how many 8s does it take eighths. That's with a THS, eighths. How many eighths is it going to take to make a whole? Yeah, you're right, 8, because we always look at the denominator. The denominator tells us how many pieces are in a whole. Okay. Now, so we've got 4 fourths, right? And 1/8. And you see right there. Now, if I have 3 fourths, 3 fourths is smaller than 8/8, isn't it? Okay? Then I'm going to take this many away. We have got 3 fourths and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5/8. Are those equivalent? No, they're not equivalent. They're not equivalent at all. Now, though, if I take all this away and I leave 1/4, 1/4 and 1/8. Do you see that? Are they equal? They are equal. The way you would write this would be 1/4 is equal not to 1/8, but how many eighths do we have? That's right. 2/8, so that's the same thing. So when we start on Thursday reducing fractions, we would reduce it in 2/8. I'm going to say, okay, got to reduce the lowest terms, and that would equal to 1. It's the same thing, isn't it? Now, I know you can't right here with the way I wrote it, but you know what I wrote. But 2/8 is equal to 1/4. Now, that's not too hard, is it? Now, we've got today's lesson's it's fun and it's not challenging. Now, Thursday's lesson, I want you to eat a good breakfast, put on your thinking cap before you try to do Thursday's lesson, because it's going to be a little bit more challenging than this. But it's fun. Fractions are fun. I don't want them to scare you at all. I don't want you to feel intimidated by them at all, because that is no fun. Now, I think I'm going to move this one. Now, right here, you are also going to have one of these on your to do after we finish. All right? One of these exactly like what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do this one with you. Now, the first one we're going to do, it says shade in the visual fraction to find the equivalent fraction. Now, I'm going to zoom in on our example. Whoopee, I'm going to have to learn how to use this. Now, if you see it, we have 1/4 marked right here. 1/4, have 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, have 1 shaded in. So we have 1/4. Now right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces. That's a lot. So if you see right here, they went on and they put their 12 because we have 12 pieces. Because your total number of pieces goes on the bottom. That's your denominator. Now the white pieces are your the colored in pieces are your numerator. So 1, 2, 3 pieces. Now, do you see how they are equal? Same size circle. You have to draw the same size circle if you're drawing your circle for it to be correct. Same size circle, same amount of space colored in. 1/4 and 3/12 is the same thing. So when we're reducing fractions, we would take 3/4 and reduce it to 1/4. Now let's look at number 1. If I can get my crooked self straight. Whoops, I really can't. All right. Now I'm going to try to make it as big as I can. Whoops, up, down, all around. All right, now here we go. It says 4, 6. Now where do we get our 6? Yep, from the total number of pieces. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting on my phone, not counting down here. Let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where we get our 6. How many are blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6. Now right here, how many pieces do we have? Yep, you're right, 3. That's right, you have 3. Good job. We're already getting there. Now, if you look over here and have these, you see? We need to color in. Okay, equal colored in space. I know I didn't do it pretty like them. How many pieces out of 3 do we color in? Yep, you're right, 2. So 4, 6 is equal to 2/3. Now, do you see? Sometimes it's kind of, our eyes are kind of tricky. Now, I usually don't ask you to come over here and do this, but I am today because it's going to be easier. Because I am going to ask you to take a picture of this and attach it, upload it. And if you hadn't got the app yet, it makes it easier. I'm sorry I hadn't made a video. I just hadn't had the time yet. All right, we have, right here is really a simple, even though it's a little different than we're used to looking at, there's nothing colored in, right? But how many pieces is it? Yeah, you're right, 2 pieces. There's 2 pieces and 0 colored in. So right here, now do you see this? This is diagonal. You can write your fractions with a diagonal line or a straight line. I'll write it with both right here. So let's count the pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 pieces, and that's your denominator. Now, how many pieces are colored in? Yep, you're right, 0. 0 out of 6 pieces. We have 0 out of 6 pieces of pizza left. That means there are no pieces left when you have 0 in the denominator. Okay, I'm going to go to number 3. Now look at number 3. Where did we get the 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces. 4 pieces are colored in. 4 fours, and that equals. That's right. You have to color in both pieces to get a full color. We have 2 pieces right here. How many pieces are colored? 2. And boys and girls, how many circles? What circle do we have today? I'm not asking that right. This is a whole circle. This is a whole circle. 4 fours, 2 twos always equal 1 whole. And that is your reduced fraction, or your change in improper fraction to a whole number. That is 1. Oh, if you got a million over a million, you still got 1. Okay, let's move to number 4. Okay, and number 4, your denominator is 8. So guess how many pieces we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, you're right, 8. How many are colored in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how we get 6 eighths, and you know that. We've been doing it. Now this way, this one, how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have a denominator of 4, and we've got to color in all of this right here to make it equal. All the color needs to equal. And I am not going to spend my time and make it beautiful. So how many pieces are colored in? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 pieces colored in. So 6 eighths equals 3 fourths. 6 eighths equals 3 fourths. And the more you do these, some of these ones that you use all the time, the more simpler ones, you're going to memorize. You're going to remember that 6 eighths equals 3 fourths. 4 eighths. Okay, if we have 4 eighths, how many pieces do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 pieces. 4's colored in. That's right. Now, how many pieces do we have here? Yep, 4. Now, we have to color half. So, how many pieces is colored in? I'm going to take you a step further. 4 eighths equals what? 2 fourths. You're right. But if you look at that, you're not going to say, oh, Miss Shram, 4 eighths. Oh, Miss Shram, 2 fourths. You're probably going to look at it and say, oh, yeah, we have a half pizza left. This is the lowest terms. When we start reducing, you will learn that. But that's a reduced fraction for 4 eighths and 2 fourths. Okay, let's do number 6. Uh-oh. Let me fold this because I don't have enough room to. Okay, let's do number 6. All right, it says 2, 6. We have 6 pieces, 2's colored in. Right here we have 1, 2, 3 pieces. How many do we need to color in? You're right. 1. So 2 6 equals 1/3. Okay, look at 7. 7, we have 4 pieces, 1's colored in, we have 1/4. Right here we have more than 4, so let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 pieces. How many are we going to have to color in? Now, if you see I've been drawing a line, just so I can make sure you can use a ruler, an index card, if your eyes are kind of crooked and wobbly like mine are, you're going to color it in. So how many pieces do we color in? Yes, 2. Raise your hand if you think this is easy. Woohoo! I see all your hands are raised. Now this is number 8. And we have half. 1, 2 pieces, one's colored in. But right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces. Now if you see I'm putting dots on mine, that's just for me to make sure, especially when we've got like 8 pieces, that I'm counting every piece. Now this right here, I'm going to draw my line over. How many pieces did we color in? Yes, 2/4. And that's the same thing as I told you up here. A half always equals 2/4. Now let's go to number 9, our last problem. Okay, so we have 1, 2 pieces is a half. But right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 pieces. I'm going to draw my line this way, and I'm going to color. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 eighths. 1/2 equals 4 eighths. And guys, that's all I'm asking you to do. Now, I hope you did that with me, because now, listen, I have attached a link to this worksheet, okay? Let me see if I can zoom on out. I have attached a worksheet just like we just did, okay? I'm going to ask you to write your final answers over here. So when you take a picture of your image and attach it and send it to me, you're going to have your answers here and I can just check. Now, boys and girls, this is very, very, very important that you, you know what, guys? I just thought, don't worry about attaching it because I know it takes extra time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to attach the answer sheet, okay? But please, I trust you to do your work first. If you don't understand this, and you will send me a message, if you will send me an email, I will make another video for you. I will call you if I need to, because if we don't understand this much, you're not going to understand the lesson for Thursday. I think everybody's going to get this, but do not feel like, ooh, I'm a dummy if you don't, all right? I don't want anybody to feel like that. I know it's kind of hard with me teaching on a video. I get it. It's hard for me too, because it's hard for me to pace myself. It's not easy. So I know for some of you, I have gone so slow that you're crying right now, and some of you have gone so fast. But don't forget, you can always rewind it. You can pause me. All that kind of nice things that you can do that we couldn't do when we're in the classroom. So I'm going to post these sheets. This is all you have, but I am asking you, this is not going to take 99.9% of you long, okay? And then I want you to get on Quizlet for a few minutes. All right, I love you, and I will see you on Thursday. Be good and good day.